What's up, you guys? It's Adanna. Welcome back to my channel. So yeah, the question was posed, how often or how many hours did I study when I was in undergrad and in PA school? Now, obviously, undergrad was a little bit different than PA school because it was a lot easier to kind of just like straight memorize. You do your repetition stuff and you remember the things. And I didn't really spend that much time studying, and I kind of aced through undergrad for the most part. And I was fine with what I ended up for my GPA, but I wasn't really paying attention to making sure that I had my science GPA where it needed to be with respect to physics, because that was a part of my science and math GPA. So with respect to that, I probably studied maybe 2 hours, 3 hours on test before night, the night before my test, and maybe an hour or so a day after class type of thing. But I really wasn't dedicating super a lot amount of time to studying because it kind of came easy to me. When it came to PA school now, that is when I actually needed to get my act together. And so for PA school, if you've seen my other video about how my day went with respect to me leaving my house at around 7, getting to school, starting classes at 8, being in class from 8 to 5, and then going home and not starting studying until 7:30, which was the time that my kids went to bed. That is essentially what I did. I had to dedicate that time. Now, mind you, I would study in my free time between classes. So we had a lunch period. I would study then at some times, depending on if there was a big test day or not, I would also study with my friends up until 6. So from 5 to 6, 6:30, I would study with them. Then I would go home, cook, spend a little time with my kids, my husband, that kind of thing. They would go to bed at 7:30, and then after that I would study from 7:30 till 10 because I like to be in the bed by 11 o'clock. That's just me. That's just how my body works in terms of getting the most amount of rest. I need anywhere from 6 to 8 hours to really function well. And so for me, when it came to ensuring that I was able to get that time, I would rather go to sleep early and wake up really early to study rather than go to sleep late and then wake up and not really have any time to study at all. So that is how I structured myself. So when it came to studying for PA school, essentially I would study for anywhere from 3 to 4 hours a day. And then on the weekends, it was a full-blown studying because I would observe the Sabbath. So from sunset Friday night to sunset Saturday night, I would never study. I would not do anything school related. That time was solely between me, God, and my family. And so with respect to that, I felt like I was it wasn't really a disadvantage. Some may look at it as a disadvantage, but that day of rest was essential to rejuvenate myself. And so I absolutely implore you all who are studying and doing your higher education to give yourself a day of rest where you do not do anything school related or work related, that you actually allow that time to rejuvenate and rest and keep it between you and just kind of family and God, if that is if you believe in God and you worship God. For me, it's the Sabbath. For others it may be another day. But that was essential for me. And so because of that, what I would do is I would not study during those hours, but then once sunset Sabbath hit, if Saturday night hit, I was off to the races. I was completely studying. And so that would literally be my study night unless we had something planned as a family. And then I would study from essentially maybe 9 or 10 to 3 or something like that in the morning when I was tired. Then I'd go to sleep, and then I'd wake up maybe around 8 and then study again all day on Sunday. So, I mean, on average, I would probably say if I'm studying 4 hours a day during the week, That's like 20 hours right there. I would probably study another like 10 or so hours depending on the day. So I would give myself probably 40 hours a week of studying throughout PA school. And that's a lot of hours, honestly. It's a lot of time spent, but anywhere from 30 to 40 hours, like 5 hours on Saturday, sometimes like 7 to 10 hours on Sunday. But it was my job, right? You know, like I was going to school to build a career, and so for me, I had to put the time in. And obviously there are people that don't need 40 hours, that may need only 10 hours, that may need, you know, just 2 hours a day throughout the week, and that's it, and their weekends are their own, and that may be them. But for me, I wanted to ensure that I knew the material, that I was like, especially in classes that I felt like I needed a little bit extra help in, like pathophysiology and things of that nature. I wanted to ensure that I had that time set up. So when you're getting to any like higher education or even undergrad, I like implore you to like sit down after you've like gone through your first week of school or so, look and see exactly like what you may need, what may speak to you in terms of your study habits. Do you need more time with a particular class? And if you do, then, you know, kind of like map that time out. Do you need less time with the class? You map that time out. On study weeks, do you need more time like the week before you're about to study? Map that time out. Whatever it may be, like you get yourself on that schedule and you stick to it, and that should be able to help you throughout the time. Okay? All right. Thank you so much for this question. It was from like a test and like a couple numbers. I'll have it posted up on the screen for you guys as well. Different little format because I'm on vacation. But yeah, I still want to make these videos for you guys and, you know, just come and talk to you guys. So if you have any comments or questions for me, you know what to do. Leave them in the comment section below. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram at AdannaThePA and on Instagram at GetThatC University. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.